Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us, let love be the one. I choose love. I choose love.
Thank you, Claire. Before we continue the service, we'd like to welcome and honor those of you who may be new to our service, either in person or online, with a special blessing. All together, please. We offer you peace, love, and friendship. We bless you, and we're glad you're here. And if you didn't receive a welcome packet when you came in, please pick one of these up on your way out. They're in the big envelopes at the narrow table by the door. The packets have information that will help you become better acquainted with unity. Now I'll ask Lynn to come up and read the daily word.
Etc.
We now move deeper into spirit with the reading of the daily word. The word for today, Sunday, March 10th, 2024, is timeless. In timeless moments in the silence, I discover myself anew. I relax and let go, withdrawing my attention from my surroundings. Breathing deeply and rhythmically, my mind relaxes and my heart opens. I enter my sacred inner sanctuary. Here I have no awareness of time. I hear no words, I think no thoughts, and I feel no separation. There is only the richness of silence, the awesome presence of infinite love, life, and wisdom. I am one with this presence. The time and attention I devote to my regular practice of meditation builds deep, abiding peace and clarity in my consciousness. In these timeless moments, I discover I have all I need: enough strength, understanding, love, and time to progress along my path and accomplish all that is mine to do. And the Bible verse is from Revelations 21:1. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and first earth had passed away. Again, the word for today is timeless. Now let us bring our attention to the prayer box behind me here. I invite you to silently add your name and the names of anyone in your heart or on your mind who may need prayer support. We know that the truth behind all appearance of disharmony is the divine and perfect presence of God. We call forth within all people the wisdom and strength, the love and peace, the wholeness and vitality of this presence. We declare that divine healing power and wisdom is restoring, healing, and harmonizing our world, and guiding our leaders for the highest good of all in this very moment. We bless our global family and hold us all in the light of love and peace. We affirm that the requests in our prayer box and in our hearts and on our minds are being resolved in divine timing for the highest good of all concerned. May the love of God enfold us. May the peace of God uphold us. May the wisdom of God inspire us and help us to know in our hearts that all is well. And so it is. So if you look in your bulletin, the affirmation for the day should be there. Please join me. Together, I now release any limiting beliefs I've had about myself so I can embrace my divinity. And our affirmation for our spiritual center. Together, we give thanks that Unity of the Valley is a prosperous, thriving, inspired, connected community. We are growing spiritually and manifesting our dreams and goals in an energy of love, peace, and joy. And our core values, I believe, are on the back of the bulletin, if you want to pull that up. And we're going to read together. We are spirit-led, joy-filled, loving, accepting, respectful. Now Claire will lead us in our meditation song, All Is Well.
The light of spirit surrounds us. Love of spirit enfolds us. Power of spirit protects us. All is well. The light of spirit surrounds us. Love of spirit enfolds us. Power of spirit protects us. All is well. Wherever we are, there is spirit. Wherever we are, there is spirit. All is well. All is well, all is well, all is well. The light of spirit surrounds us. Love of spirit enfolds us. Power of spirit protects us. All is well. All is well.
So let us take a few moments now to shift our attention away from the outer busy world and into the stillness within. Settle into your chair and relax. Let go of any discomfort in your body that you may be feeling right now. Take a breath in and exhale the tension out of your body. Take another conscious breath, focusing on releasing that tension again as you exhale. And on the final breath here of focused breathing, we affirm the abundance of the air that we have to breathe. This is a gift from God. With gratitude, we settle our bodies and mind into an awareness of the present moment, the now of our life experience. Become aware of the peace of this moment. If outer distracting thoughts should arise, let them float away and bring your awareness back to the soft, gentle flow of your breathing. Consciously let go of any feelings of guilt or anger and focus on your heart center. Feel the love that emanates there. Let the divinity of your soul shine through. Feel this divine light flow through you, bathing you with love and profound peace. This is the true state of your soul's expression, being at peace and extending love. This deep state of relaxation is your personal fertile soil in which to plant the seeds of your heart's desire. See your dreams and goals each become a seed. See yourself planting a seed here for each one and knowing that with the nurturing love from God, all will sprout and come to fruition. There may be some negative fear and doubt thoughts that pop up as weeds. See them pulled and easily discarded, for this is a garden of hope, faith, and love. See the warm sunshine of God's love pour down upon you in your garden. See this warmth bringing you joy and expectation of all that is good, growing and blooming in your life. You are a divine being. You are meant to have your dreams come true so that you can express love and peace to all that are around you. Now let's take a few moments in the silence to feel and know this truth of your divinity. Now let us take this warm sunshine of God's love flowing through us and consciously send it outwards to those in this room, to those in our city, in our state, in our country. And finally, let's surround the world with this warm sunshine of God's love. We affirm that this love, sent with intention, creates a beautiful ripple effect, touching all those who are in need of peace and healing in their lives. We know the truth that when we heal, we do not do so alone. Our higher consciousness is connected to all, and this intention will touch many. Our allness is a principle of God. For this we are grateful. As we come back to this time and space, bring your consciousness back into this room. Perhaps wiggle your fingers and toes and breathe deeply. And open your eyes when you are ready.
my soul. I'm diving in, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, oh my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning. Here and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, oh my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, oh my soul. Get ready, oh my soul.
Thank you, Claire. That reminded me of Marcus Bach, one of the authors that used to have a column in Unity magazine regularly, said, "Unity has shallows in which a child can wade, but it also has depths in which a giant can swim." And one of those depths is what I'm going to be talking about today, the concept of transformation. One Sunday morning, I was listening to Robert Schuller. Anybody here know Robert Schuller? Yeah. Hour of Power, right? Crystal Cathedral. I've been there. Quite a place. Anyway, on his Sunday morning telecast, he told this joke. He said that there was a certain older priest, fairly set in his ways, stodgy. And he got promoted to being a bishop. In his place, a young, fresh out of seminary priest came in, very enthusiastic, lots of great ideas, which he started to implement immediately. Well, this didn't go well, especially for the older members in the congregation, several of whom called the bishop and said, "He's ruining the church." So the bishop decided that he should come back and set this young man straight. So one Sunday he did. He came back and told the congregation in front of this young new priest everything that the young priest had been doing wrong. Afterward, the young priest stood up, red-faced, embarrassed, and said, "I want to apologize." He said, "I can make mistakes. You can make mistakes. Even the bishop can make mistakes. I can sin. You can sin. Even the bishop can sin. I could go to hell. You could go to hell. And the bishop you know the rest. Robert Brummett, who for several decades was a faculty member at the Unity Ministerial School, wrote an article in Unity magazine one time. And in it he said this: "In Unity Ministries," he said, "there are two kinds of spirituality being taught: translational spirituality and transformative spirituality. In translational spirituality," he said, "the goal is to help people feel better and achieve what they desire. Its primary intention is to bring about changes in life's conditions and circumstances. Transformational spirituality, on the other hand, focuses on letting go of an individual's identity and present sense of reality to allow a much deeper identity and a much more expansive sense of reality to emerge. Transformational spirituality," he said, "does not seek to make the ego more comfortable or in control. It instead sees our attachment to comfort and control as the underlying cause of humanity's suffering." As most of you know, I teach transformational spirituality. And one reason I do so is because it's also what Jesus taught. Today's message is the result of rereading a book called The Hidden Gospel by Neil Douglas Klotz. In it, he shares what many of Jesus' well-known sayings would have meant in Aramaic, which, most of you know, was Jesus' language. For example, in John 14:6, Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes unto the Father except through me." In traditional Christian churches, this is used as evidence that there's only one path to God, and that path, of course, is the one that I'm on. But most mainline Bible scholars are convinced, as am I, that Jesus was not interested in starting a new religion. Jesus actually considered himself a devout Jew. Most probably, his mission was to take Judaism to a deeper level, to a more spiritual place. His disciples were all part of a Jewish sect called the Followers of the Way. They worshipped in Jewish synagogues for 40 years after Jesus left. Imagine that. 2,000 weeks after Jesus left, every Saturday they were in a Jewish synagogue worshiping. Does that sound like someone who wanted to start a new religion? Is Jesus the way, the truth, and the life? Yes. Is the Buddha the way, the truth, and the life? Yes. Is Lao Tse the way, the truth, and the life? Yes. Lao Tse taught the Tao, which means the path or the way. There's actually only ever been one way to God, and that way is deep interchange. Releasing the not God parts of our consciousness, the belief in lack, the belief in fear, the belief in separateness from God and each other, and opening to all that God is in us, the divine love, the divine power of creation, the divine wisdom, and the divine aliveness. So Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. In Aramaic, the word for the way is urha. One meaning of urha is the light which uncovers a path. Jesus was a light. His life and his example showed us the way, the path. And then he said, the things I do, you will do, and even greater things will you do. In Aramaic, the word for truth is sharara. It points to liberation. Liberation through giving us right direction so that we're in harmony with the universe. This means living a life of love, service, and compassion, as Jesus did. Here's what Jesus said in John 14:6 in the Aramaic version. No one comes into the rhythm with the breathing life of all, the sound and atmosphere that created the cosmos, except through the breathing, sound, and atmosphere of another embodied I, one that is connected to the ultimate I am. The version of Judaism that Jesus taught included three aspects: radical forgiveness, radical transformation, actually four. Radical forgiveness would be the fourth. Radical forgiveness, radical transformation, radical inclusion, and radical compassion. I am the way means my way is the way. My path, my example is the way. Neil Douglas Klotz said, this is similar to what Jesus said in the Gospel of Thomas in number 108, where he said, whoever drinks from my mouth shall become as I am, and I myself will become he, and the hidden things shall be revealed to him. In my first 5 years of ministry, I taught translational spirituality because I didn't know God. I could talk about God, I could think about God, I could read about God, I could hear about God, but I had no experience of God in my body. Then, as I went through my course in deep transformation, I learned how to feel and how not to live in my head. I learned how to live in my body. One of the meditations I remember from that time was that there was a certain leader giving the meditation who said, I have a body, but I'm not my body. I thought, yep, I get that. I get that. I have emotions, she said, but I'm not my emotions. Yep, I got that. I get that. She said, I have a mind, but I'm not my mind. Whoa, I said. How can I not be my mind? Because that's what I thought I was. I am not my mind. I am a center of pure spiritual awareness, and I experience God by getting back in my body. So I did, and as I did, I learned how to ask for and follow the guidance that I was receiving. One of my colleagues, Felicia Searcy, said that before she was a Unity minister, she was a speech pathologist. And one part of her job, at one point at least, was to help children who were hearing impaired get used to wearing hearing aids. So she would work with them, and she said the first time they put a hearing aid in their ears, the look of amazement on their face was amazing. And I mean, sometimes they would squeal with delight, because prior to that, all they had ever heard was distorted sound. Now they were hearing clearly. They had had no idea of what they had been missing. Well, like them, I had no idea of what I had been missing before I was able to get back in my body and actually experience God. In Aramaic, the words I am are ina, as in I. And here's Neil Douglas Klotz again. In a culture where the word for God means unity, the sense of the individual cannot ultimately be separated from the divine. Only one I am exists, which is Allah, which of course was Jesus' term for God. Jesus was the embodiment of all that God is. So is the Buddha. And today, I would like to repeat part of a message that I gave several months ago. In that message, I said that one way that Buddhists describe their path is that the goal is to cross a river. And they say on this side of the river, our experience is suffering. On the other side of the river, our experience is peace and joy. And they say Buddhism is a raft which we use to cross the river to get to that other side. And they say on that raft, as we cross the river, there can be ego storms. So 3 things are needed. 3 kinds of shelter from these ego storms. And this is how they say it. We take refuge in the Buddha. In other words, to cross that river, we need an example. Secondly, we take refuge in the Dharma. We need a set of teachings, and we have them in the Buddha's teachings. And third, we take refuge in the Sangha, which is the spiritual community. In order to cross the river, we need a spiritual community. Without these 3 shelters, the crossing becomes much more difficult. We in Unity would agree with that. For us, Jesus is the example, and his teachings are the Dharma. And these 2 are what he meant at the Last Supper when he said, "Take, eat, this is my body. Take, drink, this is my blood." Those were well-known Aramaic figures of speech, because this is what he said would allow us to make this crossing. And third, we also need a spiritual community. I'd like to read what someone else wrote about that. One author said, "There is something so incredibly life-affirming about the kind of joy and fellowship that emerges when many human beings, inspired by spiritual values and a higher sense of purpose, come together. The Buddha, when asked if association with like-minded people was part of the holy life, is reported to have declared, association with like-minded people is not part of the holy life, it is the whole of the holy life." And this author said, "The longer I have been teaching, the more obvious it has become to me that the Buddha was right. Association with like-minded people is the whole of the holy life. And that is simply because the holy life, the spiritually enlivened and awakened life, is, if it's to have any real impact in the world, is about creating and sharing values with other human beings. When insight and revelation are being experienced as part of a shared higher state, something truly sacred begins to occur. the potential of a new, more enlightened world emerges here and now. So, if you're online today, hopefully you're still with us. What I would say is, if the only way you can join us on Sunday morning is to be online, then we're delighted that we have that available for you. But if there's any way that you can be here in person, we highly encourage that, because there is so much more to experience and receive by being here. Jesus' teachings were all about transformation. That's what he taught from one end to the other. Here's one small example. He said, unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. Unless we die to the fear-based person we thought we were, the magnificent being that we are at our core can't emerge. The Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians, I die daily. A Buddhist proverb says, die before you die. Then when you die, you won't die. And here's a saying attributed to Muhammad. He said, if you want to live, die before you die. Werner Erhard, the founder of the Est movement, said that inside each of us there are 3 layers. The top layer is the person we think we are. He said beneath that is the person we're afraid we are. And he said beneath that, at our core, is the person we really are. You deserve to have a life of peace, joy, and abundance. This is the life of someone whose life has been transformed. So let your focus this week be on releasing some part of survival mentality, some part of ego mind, some aspect of your consciousness that is not God, such as the belief in fear, the belief in guilt, the belief in attack, the belief in victimhood, the belief in lack, the belief in separation. A Course in Miracles says this: your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against love. It says, your task is not to seek for what is true, but it is necessary to seek for what is false. The more you do, the more fully you can open to the divinity, the divine love, the divine power of creation, the divine wisdom, and the divine aliveness that you are at your core. Namaste.
Songs of Transformation. And I think these two fit together so well. It's about, well, you'll hear what it's about.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved and set me free. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. I see leaves of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me. me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, bright sunny days, those warm sacred nights. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on those faces, people passing by. And I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying, and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. What a wonderful world.
Thank you, Claire. Beautiful. Rev Phil, thanks for that wonderful message. Boy, that was a lot of information.
It was.
And I just like, yeah, we do make mistakes and we do sin. And I like that. Instead of going to hell, you can die and go to heaven. Let's die to the ego and go to heaven.
There you go.
All right. Well, now it's time for a love offering, affirmation. And it's part in our service where we do a love offering. And this commitment in giving is part of our community spiritual practice to develop our trust in God and as our source in the law of giving and receiving. As we give our love offering from our hearts, we gratefully accept our own good in return. So let's do together the love offering affirmation. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. All right.
My gift goes forth on the wings of love, and it lands where it can heal and bless. It returns to me, multiplied 1,000-fold, as the universe says yes, yes, as the universe says yes.
We've each given as individuals or as part of a family. Now it's time for all of us to receive these gifts as a spiritual community. So let yourself feel grateful to the one Spirit moving through all of us as our unlimited source. Please join me in this blessing together. Thank you, God, for providing all the resources we need to transforming lives. We dedicate these gifts to your service and to the blessings of a larger community through all that we teach, unity of the valley. Amen. All right, thank you. All right, we got a few reminders. On Sunday, April 14th, Reverend Phil's message will be the prayer of transformation.
Can I just say a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
go ahead.
Just wanted to ask, I would love it if as many of you as possible would join me that afternoon. It's really the essence of what I teach. And if you'll give me the opportunity to share it with you, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Reverend Phil. So that's on Sunday, April 14th, and it's after the service. And also, continuing on Mondays from 6:30 to 8:30 in the evening, a Course in Miracles class is being offered here for both beginners and ongoing students, and it's led by 2 seasoned facilitators for a love offering. And on Tuesdays from 11 to 11:30 in the morning, tune in to our guided and silent meditation live on the Facebook page. Also, our next volunteer session is at Feed My Starving Children, and it'll be Thursday, March 14th at 2 p.m. Come and help put labels on food packets for this well-respected charity in Egan that sends food to many countries in need. Sign up at the table in the hall. Also, Reverend Lyle is offering a heart-centered Metaphysics 3 on 5 Thursdays. It'll be from March 21st to April 18th from 6:30 to 8:30 in the evening. You needn't have to take Metaphysics 1 or 2 to attend. The cost of the class is $50, and you'll want to have the book, which is available on Amazon. Info sheets about the topics covered and the sign-up sheet are on the sign-up table, and there's a registration link in the buzz. And finally, if you'd like one-on-one prayer support, Prayer Chaplain Peggy Hendrickson will be honored to pray with you in the back room after the service. All right, if you all please could stand for prayer for protection. And together, the light of God surrounds us. We are that light. The love of God enfolds us. We are that love. The power of God protects us. We are that power. The presence of God watches over us. We are that presence. Wherever we are, God is. Wherever God is, we are. And all is well. All right, please remain standing and join Claire in our peace song, except today we're substituting love for peace. All right.
Let there be love on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be love on earth, the love that was meant to be, with God as our creator, family whole are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let love begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in love eternal.